Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are doing a roundup of my favorite makeup products of 2019. Now, some of these will be new releases, some of them will be old favorites, but we are only talking about makeup in today's video. In the next videos, we will talk about skincare, nail polish, etc. So before we go any further in the video, let's take a second to grab our iced coffee or a hot coffee. Let's take a sip and let's get started. So just a heads up before we go into the video, I will try to avoid too many limited edition products. I'm not sure exactly how many I have in my collection, but I will try to focus on items that you can still find online or in store, but there might be a few limited edition products in here as well. So what we'll do is go by categories, so primers, eyeshadows, etc. And I will leave a list down below of timestamps so you can go ahead and look at whatever items you are interested in. Let's go ahead and start off with primers. So the first one here is from Nars. This is their eyeshadow primer. This I have used multiple years. I'm quite certain that this has been in every single one of my videos this year. It's always what I apply on my eyelids before applying my makeup. So it's just great. It just holds your makeup in place. There's no real color. I just find that it really just locks in your eyeshadow all day. And then after that, we have two face primers. The first one here is from Too Faced. Now, I used to love this so much, and I still do. This is the primer that I use when I want my makeup to last all day. This almost works like glue. It helps hydrate your skin, but it really just helps suction your foundation to your face all day. And then the Laura Mercier Radiance Primer. It's a classic for a reason. A little drop really just helps illuminate and give your skin that nice, dewy, youthful glow. It's one of those cult classics and it deserves the status. Let's move on to eyebrows. I only have a few items here as well. The first one is the Dior Show Brow Styler. Now this one here is just a super fine brow pencil. It's incredibly thin and it's really great to just help fill in where you have maybe just like one or two sparse hairs. I have repurchased this, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. It's really fantastic. And then the Anastasia Brow Definer. Again, this is one of those items that has cult status and it deserves it. It's just a really great brow product. I love this shape. It's almost like a triangle shape and you can really do your entire brow. Even the thinner parts of your brow, you can still get at it, and it comes in a lot of different shades. I use the Anastasia one in the shade Soft Brown. And the Dior one, I use dark brown, it's 002. And then for a bit of brow gel, I go into the Dior Show Pump and Brow in the shade 002. This is just a really great little brow gel, but the best part is how incredibly tiny the bristles are, because oftentimes brow gels almost look like the same shape of a mascara, and I always end up getting brow product on the skin, but since this is so tiny, it's so easy to be so precise. I love this one so much. Okay, let's move on to foundations, and let's try to go from full coverage, or my version of full coverage, to least covering. So the first one is from Dior. This is the Dior Forever Skin Glow in number 2WO. This came out, I think, in January of this year, so at the beginning of the year. And this is a medium coverage, but in my opinion, it's the most covering foundation that I have. And this is just such a beautiful foundation. It's definitely my high coverage foundation, but it doesn't feel dry. It doesn't feel cakey. It offers a whole lot of coverage. It doesn't move. It doesn't transfer. It just stays in place and is locked in place all day. It's a really beautiful foundation, and I like having it in my arsenal for whenever I just feel like having a full face of makeup, you know? Okay, after that would be our Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk, and I'm in the shade 5.5. This is new to me. This is again one of those cult status foundations, and I have to say it is worth the hype. It is so beautiful. It is luminous and dewy. Words are hard. It's hydrating, it's soft, it's really beautiful, it's also very natural, and you can go from a light to medium, and you can probably build it up a bit more, but it's just such a wonderful foundation. It's totally worth the hype. It is very expensive. I got it during the last Sephora VIB sale, I believe, but I'm very happy that I did. And now we have the Chanel Ultra Le Teint. I am in the shade B30, which is what I'm wearing today. So this one also, I think it's pretty close to the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk as far as coverage goes. It's a light to medium, and you can definitely sheer it out or build it up a bit more. It has like a semi-matte finish. It's not really matte, but it's not very luminous. It's somewhere in the middle. I think this is really nice for a lot of different skin types, but I think if you have very, very oily skin, maybe you want something a bit more matte. I do love a light to medium coverage foundation, and my favorite Chanel foundation was the Perfection Lumière, which they discontinued. So for me, this is my replacement for the Perfection Lumière, because a lot of Chanel foundations tend to be very, very light. I find that this one, you can build it to a medium coverage, and it also stays throughout the day. It doesn't transfer, it doesn't wear off. It's really just a really good everyday foundation. So next we have the Chanel Sublimage foundation. I'm in the shade 20 Beige. So this is part of their Sublimage skincare line. It has the Sublimage scent. This one is, it's a foundation, but it's very rich. I think this would be ideal for more mature or dehydrated or dry skin types. You would love it. It's definitely light to medium, more on the very light side. It's like a very nice, luxurious tinted moisturizer in a way. It will not hide lots of discoloration, things like that, but it will make your skin look really luminous and dewy. But it does offer like a nice amount of coverage, especially when we compare it to the Chantecaille Future Skin foundation. This one here, these two are very similar. I think the difference is the Chanel one has a hint more coverage, whereas the Chantecaille one has a hint more water. This is a water-based gel foundation, so if you have super dry, dehydrated skin, I think this one is a bit better. It doesn't cover as much though. I feel like this one you have to really spot correct a whole lot more, but it's so hydrating. And then last but not least, we have the Chanel Les Beige Water Fresh Tint. I'm in the shade medium. This came out in the summer. I think this is arguably my favorite complexion product of 2019. It is absolutely beautiful. It is very lightweight. I use this today, one pump as a primer before putting on my other foundation. It is your skin, but better. I find that it's almost like the perfect medium between the Chanel Sublimage and the Chantecaille Water Gel Foundation, because it's as hydrating as the Chantecaille one, but it offers the coverage of the Sublimage foundation. It leaves your skin so luminous, so dewy, so moisturized and hydrated throughout the day, but it literally just blurs all of the imperfections. I don't know how they did it, witchcraft possibly, who knows, but they really just, it blurs all the imperfections, all the little wrinkles or discolorations you might have, and just leaves your skin so beautiful. It's really your skin, but better. This is what this stuff does, and I love it so much. Let's go on to concealers. I have two here. The first one is from Clé de Peau. This is their standard concealer in the shade called Almond. Again, this is one of those items that has a cult status. I had heard about this concealer for years, and the price tag was the biggest barrier for me because it is incredibly expensive, but guys, it's worth it 100%. It is so beautiful. It covers so well. It's a stick formula that's creamy and hydrating. It doesn't really crease. It stays in place all day. It offers such a beautiful amount of coverage. It's natural. It's not too much. It's so wonderful. I'm almost done, and I will definitely buy a new one because it is that nice. And then we have our Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer in the shade Medium 1 Custard. Now, this I have purchased 5, 6, 7 times. This concealer is that nice. It's definitely much more affordable than the Clé de Peau. I think it's probably at least half the price. It's in a cream texture, so it's very hydrating. It's a really nice product. It also comes in a lot more shades. So both of these are really nice. It's just that this Nars one is at least half the price of the Clé de Peau one. So depending on how luxurious or expensive you feel that day, you pick the one you want. Let's go on to setting powders. There's really only one for me because I have dehydrated skin, which means my skin lacks water. I don't set my face with powders very often because I find it just dries me out. I don't have oily skin. It's not what I need. The only one that I use is from Chanel. It's the Healthy Glow powder. This is the Le Beige Healthy Glow Sheer Powder number 20. I use this on my forehead, on my T-zone here, just in case I eat, I drink, I blow my nose. It kind of just sets my makeup in place a little bit longer. And I like this one because it helps set the foundation a little bit more without making it dry or cakey, which is like the worst thing your foundation can do. Okay, let's move on to blushes. The first one here is from Westman Atelier. This is the Baby Cheeks in Mignette. Now this is just your beautiful peachy color. It's so luminous. The fact that it's in a stick means it offers a bit more dewiness and luminosity, which just automatically makes your complexion look more youthful, more dewy. It's just a really beautiful shade, and I like that it's in a stick because it's very travel friendly. You can apply it on your eyelids as well. It's a really pretty color. And then we have two here from Chantecaille. The first one actually came out in the summer. This is the Aqua Blush in Marigold. This is so beautiful, and one of the reasons I love it so much is because it has a cooling sensation. So when you apply this on your skin, it feels like you're running an ice cube. I don't know how they did this. I don't know what magic they used. Maybe they talked to Chanel and they did some magic together, but this just feels so cool, literally. And the color is beautiful. Again, anything that's in a cream or a liquid formula will give you that more dewy, luminous finish. So I love this one so much. And we also have the Chantecaille Cheek Gelée in Vibrant. This is a liquid blush or jelly blush. There's so much product in here. I don't think I will ever be able to use all of this blush up. Again, it gives you that beautiful hydrated flush, that youthful dewy look. It's a really beautiful blush. What else can I say? All right, next up we have one from Dior. This is the Blush Luminizer in Plum Pop. I think this came out in the summer, and there was also a Coral Pop to choose from. I picked this one here, and it is such a beautiful berry plummy color with the slightest shimmer. It has the same finish as, the Westman Atelier blush stick. They have a little bit of a shimmer, not much, not like a chunky glitter, but just like a nice glow. So if you wanted to skip highlighter, you totally could, because it would just help just give your skin like a nice flush of color with a bit of glow. And then we have three blushes here from Chanel. Obviously, shocking, I know. First one here, these actually are two here. These are from the Tweed collection. So I know these are not new. I think they came out 2 years ago in the spring collection, but they're new to me. The first one is Cherry Tweed. The packaging on this is just outstanding. I think I bought it first of all because of how it looked. I just thought it was so beautiful. I am wearing Cherry Tweed today on my cheeks. It's such a beautiful flush. It's a nice red. It is a bit intense, so you do have to be careful, but it's a beautiful color. And then we have Tweed Coral, which is just the most easy to use everyday color. I find that these are really pretty because they have a little bit of shimmer in them. And I know there's a new Tweed blush available on the Chanel website right now. I don't have it, but it's a nice pinky color. And I just think that these Tweed blushes are nice because they have that little bit of shimmer. So when you apply it, it just gives your cheek that nice little glow. And then last but not least, we have the Voyage de Chanel. As you can see, it has been well loved. Here you have 4 different colors with 4 different capital cities on them. So you have technically like 2 blushes, a highlighter, and a bronzer, but it's honestly beautiful when you just like swirl them together with the pinky and the coral and that little bronze and shimmer color. It's so beautiful. And also the packaging is beautiful. I mean, I think when it comes to luxury makeup, when they give you beautiful packaging, that's half the battle already. Okay, let's move on to bronzers. The first one here is also from Rihanna's Fenty Beauty line. This is in the shade called Mocha. It's just a really beautiful matte cream contour cream bronzer. The fact that it's a cream contour or cream blush makes it a bit more dewy and a bit more natural. And now we have a palette from Guerlain. This is the Terracotta Contour and Glow palette that came out with their summer collection this year. So you have these beautiful colors. The first two, this lighter one here is a really light bronzer. Depending on your skin tone, it could be a face powder. But for me, I just like dip into both of these for a really beautiful bronzy glow. I again had heard a lot about Guerlain for their bronzers, but it's really quite remarkable how beautiful these are because they give you 0% orange finish and they just give you the most beautiful golden glowy look. It looks like you just went tanning or something without getting the skin damage. It's so beautiful. And then you have this blush and highlighter duo here. I personally go into these two more. I just find that they're a bit better. But honestly, this palette was worth getting just for these two bronzers. And then we have here my Chanel Les Beige in number 50, which is my bronzer color. And as you can tell, it has been very well loved. This palette looks very well used. This is just a really beautiful bronzing color. It's called the Healthy Glow Powder for a reason. It gives you that healthy glow, bronzed look, again, without getting any sun damage. So this one's really pretty. And then sticking to our healthy glow theme, this one here is from Givenchy, and it's in 03 Amber Season. This I just picked up a few weeks ago, and it has quickly become my new favorite bronzer. It is so beautiful. It's what I'm wearing today. I find that it's so subtle and soft, and it just gives you that most beautiful bronzed effect without looking orange, without looking too intense, and it gives you that really nice glowy finish. It's not like a flat matte. There's a little something in there. It's so beautiful. I love this one so much. I think this is my favorite powder complexion product. I know earlier I talked about the Water Fresh Tints being my favorite complexion product. I think these two are my favorite. Let's move on to highlighters. I picked up another item from the Guerlain summer collection, their highlighter stick. This one is called Nude. Now, Guerlain complexion products have that signature meteorites scent. So if you are sensitive to smells, this might be a little bit too much for you. But since this is a stick foundation, highlighter. All highlighters really are there to make your skin look dewy and luminous. But when it's in a cream formula, it works even better. And this one just has a nice little golden hue that's just so beautiful. It was so nice in the summer with a nice little tan and just like a nice little something of like golden highlighter. It was so beautiful. And then we have two more highlighters. The first one here is from Chanel. It's the Metal Peach. This came out with the holiday collection. And this one is a really nice neutral tone, a little bit pinky because it is a metal peach color. But it's a little bit on the pinky side and it's very, very natural. It's a really beautiful highlighter, but I think if you're someone who wants a highlighter that's a bit more subtle, a bit for everyday, going to the office type, this is definitely for you because it's a really beautiful highlighter that will not go overboard. But if you're looking for something to go overboard with, might I suggest the Duo de Camellia, which is what I'm wearing today again. This one here is definitely more intense. You can wear it more naturally, but I think its natural state is extra. It's definitely more of a blinding highlight. You can definitely go really over the top with it, which I really like, but I appreciate that's not for everyone. But if you want a really overboard highlighter, go with this one. If you want something more natural, go with the Metal Peach. Okay, let's go into a behemoth of a category, eyeshadows. So let's start off with Chanel Classic. Let's go. So the first one for me is their 9 shadow palette. They came out in the spring of this year. So I think they're just on the trend of starting with 9 shadow palettes at the beginning of the year because it seems to be their new thing now. I picked up this one here and I really love it because I find it just so versatile. You do have your bright colors, like you see that matte blue, you have a red, I think there's a green in there as well, which might make you think, oh, that's like too much, but they have such beautiful light shimmer colors and you have a nice transition shade, you have a brown. There's a lot going on that you can make this for every day and I love it. It's just wonderful. So sticking on trend of their 9 shadow palettes, the Les Beige one that came out in the summer. This one here, I think this was limited edition. They need to make this like just a regular item because it is so beautiful. I don't think that they reinvented the wheel with these colors, but these formulas are so beautiful. You can wear this literally every single day. This can be your palette just for like a nice neutral look. You can go into this and mix it with something more bold. It's really, I think this could literally fit every single complexion, every single makeup need. This palette is honestly one of my favorites from the entire year. I don't know why they didn't make this like a regular item. I think they could make so much more money. I know so many more people who would buy the palette again, or who would just buy, like, give it to friends, or so a lot of people missed out on the collection because it sold out so quickly. But anyway, it's such a beautiful palette. Okay, next up we have the Blurry Green Quad, which just came out with, when did they come out with this? Like in the fall or summer/fall, when they just came out with Blurry Green, Blurry Mauve, etc. And this is just a really beautiful, nice warm tone green quad. I find this one to be very user-friendly because you have a light and dark in both the shimmer copper/lighter color and also in the greens. So this could be your everyday go to the office type of palette, or you can make it a smoky eye and more intense. It's really versatile. I think it's just so easy to use for so many people, so that's why it's in my favorites this year. And then there's one here that probably isn't that easy to use for every single person, but this is the Noir Supreme, and this entire palette is a bit darker, and you could definitely create a million smoky eyes with this palette. I think I did on my channel, but it's really beautiful. It's really, I think it's versatile in a way, but since these colors are really dark, I can see why some people would be scared off by it. But I don't know, I think as a creative person, I see it and I'm like, ooh, there's so many like possibilities, because you can create a smoky eye in the red, the blue, the green, and the brown. And so you can mix and match with something else. I think this palette is better suited if you can mix it with something else, but I really love it anyway. And one of the items that I mixed with it is this beautiful topper here that also came with the fall collection. This is number 317 Carte Blanche. It's just a really beautiful white luminous topper. So you can build it up to be almost as white as it is in the pan here, or you can do more of a sheer like shimmer effect on the lid. It's really beautiful. I think this was limited edition, but they might still have some stock online, but I'm really glad that I got this one here. And then last but not least is the holiday palette here called Lumière et Opulence, which is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. This is such a beautiful warm tone palette. I do think this one is pretty user-friendly because you do have your lighter colors mixed in with your darks. It's not just a bunch of dark colors. These all have a really beautiful satin finish, so they're very easy to blend, very easy to use. It's a really wonderful palette. Okay, let's move on to a couple from Dior. This one here is called Terra, and it came out in their summer collection. So this one again has that really beautiful buttery soft finish in the texture, but the shadows themselves have such a beautiful nice shimmer. They are such a dream to work with, and as you can tell, they're really warm and very easy to use. Even the darkest color isn't that dark. So I think it's one of those palettes that a lot of people could get a use out of. It's not too intimidating. So I like warm colors, so this was perfect for me. And then the next one is the one that I got in the holiday collection this year. This one is called Party in Colors, and I love this one so much. Oh my God, you guys, look at this beautiful rainbow assortment of colors. I love these colors so much. Again, they have that really buttery, smooth texture, the beautiful satin finish that just blends like a dream. I love this palette so much. I love how fun and festive and playful it is. It's one of my favorite palettes from Dior in a long time, and I think it's one of my favorite palettes from the entire year. It's just so pretty. Okay, so next up we have these beautiful singles from Chantecaille. We have Lion here, we have Pangolin, and then Elephant. These are the most beautiful luminous shadows. I find that these work best if you wet the brush with some Fix Plus or whatever, and you get the same payoff on the lid as in the palette here. And they are just so beautiful and luminous and shimmery and shiny, and they're just perfect. I hope they come out with more formulas like this, more textures and just more colors, because I will buy all of them. Honestly, they're so beautiful. And I love the individual eyeshadows because I love a good palette, but sometimes it feels impossible to be able to use up an entire palette, especially when you buy so many like I do. So at least if it comes in a single, I feel like I can theoretically go through it. Probably not, but anyway. And then I have 3 shadow sticks. The first one here is from Bobbi Brown, and this one is in golden pink. This is just a beautiful standalone color. It's a nice champagne color. This is perfect for a no makeup day. You can put it on the inner corner, you can put it all over the lid. It just gives you a nice illuminated eye look. It's really like no fuss, no worries. And then both of these here are from Charlotte Tilbury. One is called Amber Haze and one is called Dark Pearl. Amber Haze is a really nice golden coppery color. These you just smudge all over the lid and then blend out. But my absolute favorite is this one here, Dark Pearl. It's a bit more cool toned, and something about this is just so flattering on my eyes. Whenever I wear it, I get so many compliments, and it's so easy. You just rub it like this and then blend it out. Do a little bit on the bottom here for liner, and that's it. It's one of those like no fuss, no brainer types of makeup, which every now and then we need. Let's move on to eyeliners. There's 3 here from the Chanel Style aux Yeux collection that are my favorite. The first one here is called Brun Agapé, which is a nice, beautiful, soft brown. I've been wearing this a lot recently because it's just nice to switch it up instead of wearing just a black liner. I find that the soft brown just lightens up the whole eye. And then the next one is called Eros, which is a really soft burgundy red maroonish color. It's so flattering and it's so nice if you want to play with colored eyeliners but you don't want to go too funky. This one is definitely in the safer colors. But then if you do want to go more funky, there's one called Intense Teal, which is so stunning. It's just this beautiful, vibrant blue color. It's not for every day, but on the days when you feel extra, it's very needed. Okay, and for the mascara, there were only a couple that I really reached for the most. The first one being the Volume de Chanel. This is just a classic for me. I like the classic version the most. I know they've come out with new formulas, but this one for me is my favorite one. I also really liked the Nars Climax and the Dior Pump and Volume. I know they came out with a new version of the Pump and Volume this year, but honestly, I could not tell a difference from the original. All 3 of those I think are fantastic, more luxury end mascaras. They are more expensive, but in my opinion, they all worked really well. Okay guys, we have one more category to get through. That is lip products. I think this is going to be the most lengthy one. I don't know, we'll see. Let's start off with more nudish colors and go into bolder colors. The first one here is from Dior. This is their lip maximizer in the shade called Rosewood. This came out in the spring this year, I believe, and it just gives you that really beautiful Your Lips but better. It's in the lip maximizer family, so it has that little plumping effect. It's that beautiful rosewood, like pinky brown color, but in a gloss, and it's just so pretty. It's perfect on its own or on top of a nude lipstick or something. It's so nice. And sticking on the topic of nude lip glosses, this is one from Rihanna as well. This one is called Fenty Glow, and it is just that beautiful, shimmery, nudie, like peachy pink color for your lips. It's a lip gloss. There's no plumping effect, but again, this would be perfect on its own or on top of a nude lipstick. And as a plus, it has a really nice smell. It smells like Fruit Loops or Starburst candy or something. As you can tell, the Dior one is a bit more pink and the Fenty one is a bit more golden brown. So just depending on your skin tone or the makeup you're wearing, you can just pick one. And then for lipsticks, I loved the new Chanel Rouge Coco Flash formula that came out this year. They were called Rouge Coco Shine and now they're called Rouge Coco Flash. They're the same thing. They are just extremely hydrating lipsticks. My favorite one is number 82, Live or Live. It is just that perfect Your Lips but better. It's that nudie, peachy, pinky color with a little bit of brown. It's so easy to wear. You can apply it without a mirror. You can just like go like this. There have been days when I forgot to pack a lip balm with me and I just reapplied this over top and my lips did not get dehydrated because there's like oils in here. I love the entire Rouge Coco Flash collection. I hope they keep coming out with more. Okay, now we have a standalone one from Clé de Peau. This is their refined lip luminizer in the shade called 04 Dahlia. This is the perfect pink for every day. No fuss, no brainer. You can apply it without a mirror. The Refined Lip Illuminizers are so hydrating. I love this formula and this texture. It's a really hydrating formula with a beautiful color. I don't know how many colors they have in the collection, but I think they have quite a lot. And then also Chanel came out with this new Rouge Allure Ink Fusion. The Rouge Allure Ink is their liquid lipstick collection, but they have a new Fusion formula, which I actually prefer. You have to shake it up to get the product to mix around because there is oil in there. And this one here is called Pink Brown. And it is the most beautiful pinky brown color. It's like a nude with a bit of pink. It's a really gorgeous color for everyday wear. The texture is nice and comfortable because they do have those oils that they added to the formula this time. And I really like this one a lot. And we have this one here from Dior. This is the Ultra Care in number 750 Blossom. So first of all, the tube is absolutely stunning. This red and silver packaging won me over. And then on the inside here, you can tell that the lipstick has a CD or Christian Dior emblem on the inside, but that actually is a core of oils, like hydrating oils that go all the way down into the lipstick. So as you apply it, it keeps hydrating your lips. And this is just such a beautiful, easy color. I think it's along the same lines as the pink brown color from Chanel. Just one of those gorgeous everyday colors. And then we have two more here from Clé de Peau. These are their Liquid Rouge Shine lipsticks. They're in a liquid formula, but they're not matte, which is really beautiful. So we have two colors. We have number 4, Tulip Fever, and number 6, Tangy. Tulip Fever is just such a beautiful kind of berry raspberry color, but Tangy I think is my favorite because it's one of those pinks that's just like for every day. And it's weird because usually a liquid lipstick is more matte and drying, but these ones stay shiny, stay liquid the whole time. So they're just very comfortable to wear. We have this beautiful lip veil here from Chantecaille, part of their summer collection. This is in the shade called Frangipane. And this gives the most beautiful orangey coral color. Again, this came out in the summer, so imagine like a nice tan, how beautiful this is. And it's quite stunning because it looks almost like the color on the inside matches the packaging on the outside here. And now we have one here from Gucci, which is a lot of fun because Gucci makeup is definitely a new discovery for me. I went ahead and tested out a few of their products this year. This one here is called number 500 Odalie Red, which is just the classic cool tone true blue red. I love a red lipstick and this one is no exception, and the bullet is just so beautiful. This Art Deco packaging is to die for. Moving on to Dior. I bought this one here from the holiday collection. This is the Diorific lipstick in Passion. This is the most beautiful raspberry color, and the packaging and detailing on this lipstick is so stunning. And every year when they come out with a Diorific lipsticks and nail polishes as well, they look like Christmas tree ornaments. Just the beautiful gold. It's so wonderful. I love it so much. Okay, let's round off the favorite lipsticks of 2019 with Lisa Eldridge. So these three here are part of the True Velvets collection. These are the beautiful matte nude 90s supermodel lipsticks that just came out recently. I am wearing Velvet Muse. So I have the shades Velvet Fawn, Velvet Muse, and Velvet Decade. I've done a whole series of videos talking about these lipsticks, how to wear them for different occasions and how to mix and match them. These are all stunning. They all have the same beautiful matte texture that she comes out with. I love these so much. Again, they remind me of 90s supermodel glamour, so what's not to love? And then we have the beautiful Summer Pinks collection. Now, I got the shades Go Lightly, which is that classic Audrey Hepburn salmony pink color, and the shade Love of My Life, which is just a really beautiful, like pinky mauve color that's just perfect for every day. And then we have the mattes from the summer collection, where we have Rainbow Spill, which is just the most beautiful neon pink. I would love to have this in a nail polish formula, Lisa, please. And then we also have a Skyscraper Rose, which is just a really beautiful berry pinky mauvey color as well. This entire collection, the summer collection, the new Velvets collection, they're all outstanding. I mean, it's Lisa Eldridge. What else would we expect? Okay, I think this about does it for my 2019 makeup favorites. This was quite a doozy to film. I don't even know how long it will take me to edit it. So yeah, thank you guys so much for stopping by. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave a comment letting me know what were your favorite makeup items from the year, which ones were your favorites from the videos. Are there items that were not in the video that were your favorites? Just let us know down in the comments. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do, because I know that a lot of you who watch my videos are not actually subscribed to me. So if you like luxury makeup, luxury reviews, luxury tutorials, please subscribe because it does help me and my channel grow. As I mentioned earlier in the video, I will do more favorites video for other categories of makeup, but I figured today's video would be lengthy enough without adding more products like nail polish and things like that. So stay tuned for those videos. I will get those out to you as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you guys have a beautiful day, and I think this is all I have for you guys for today. So I'm gonna go have a very tall glass of water, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.